All right, let's get this show started!
In today's news, two big fights get announced for UFC Seattle. Henry Cejudo and Dominick Cruz are both set to return to action soon. Cejudo will face off against Song Yadong in the main event of UFC Seattle, which goes down February 22nd at the Climate Pledge Arena. Triple C returned from retirement at UFC 288 in May of 2023, challenging Aljamain Sterling for the 135-pound title, but ultimately didn't have his hand raised in a split decision by the judges, where 2 of 3 scored the clash in favor of Aljo. Henry then faced current champion Merab Dvalishvili before he held the title back at UFC 298 in February of last year, losing a one-sided decision defeat. Meanwhile, Song Yadong competed once in 2024, losing a decision to former champion Piotr Jan at UFC 299. Before that, the 27-year-old secured a stoppage victory over Ricky Simon, along with a unanimous decision win against Chris Gutierrez. As for Cruz, he is returning after a 2-year break and will be stepping into the octagon opposite Rob Font for UFC Seattle's co-main event. Cruz, who's the former 2-time 135-pound champ, last fought back in August of 2022, where he was defeated via knockout by Marlon Chito Vera. Before the KO, Cruz won decision wins over Casey Kenny and Pedro Munoz. He recently hinted that he wants one last dance in early 2025, and now it sounds like that wish is going to become reality. What do you guys think of these matchups? Who do you think comes out with their hands raised? Let us know your breakdowns in the comments below. A rematch between a legendary rivalry gets announced. Rampage Jackson and Sugar Rashad Evans are set to exchange blows once more, this time inside of the boxing ring. Quentin and Rashad have both announced they will duke it out sometime this year at ICS Mania. The exact date is still in the works and will take place in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The first time the two UFC light heavyweights fought was back at UFC 114 in May of 2010 after the two had coached against one another on season 10 of The Ultimate Fighter. For you younger whippersnappers, the build-up for this fight was massive, with Rashad Evans ultimately being crowned victorious via unanimous decision. This is Rashad's first return to combat since coming out of retirement in 2022, where he won by decision, defeating Gabriel Checo in Khabib's league, Eagle FC. Meanwhile, Quentin Rampage Jackson has not competed in the cage's spotlight since December of 2019, when he was KO'd by the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko, at Bellator 237. Rampage went 20-10 competing in the UFC in Pride, as well as going 5-3 with Bellator. How do you think round 2 between these legends plays out 15 years later? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Bo Nickal shares his honest prediction for a future fight against Khamzat Chimaev. Ever since Nickal made his UFC debut in 2023, he's had his eyes set on the Wolf, often being compared to Khamzat and even claiming that his wrestling is better than Chimaev's. Speaking on the Nickals and Dimes podcast, the former 3-time NCAA champion double-clicked on his potential matchup with Khamzat, confidently stating he'd beat him if they fought. Nickal says that both his cardio and wrestling levels are higher than that of Khamzat's. You can check the full discussion on Bo's YouTube channel. The link's in our video description.
I don't think there's really a guy in the world at 86 kilos that could beat me in wrestling right now. It's hard to say exactly where he's at. I think that he's good. He's got skills, but his biggest thing that's going to crush him, especially against a fight against me, is, dude, you're going to get tired. Like, you're going to go like this, and I'm going to go like this as the fight goes on. You're not going to take me down, which is your best attribute. So you're going to have to strike with me. I'm probably going to be able to take you down. Maybe I don't hold you down on the ground forever, but I can hold you down there for a little bit. And the longer the fight goes, the worse it's going to get. So here's the difference, between Khamzat and I. But you look at me when I go out to fight, zero emotion, no emotion. I'm competing. I'm here to win. Him, he's charged up. He's screaming. He's yelling. He's coming out. But guess what? If you're going to fight and beat the guys that are the best in the world, you got to do it with your brain. What separates us is I have no emotion going out to compete, and I compete smart. He goes 100% from the jump. Yeah. And I think that's allowed him to have these highlights and to throw a guy down like Robert Whittaker and choke him out. But me and Robert Whittaker are two different. That's not the same. That's not the same thing. Yeah. He's not doing that to me. There's zero chance. I guarantee you there's 0.000% chance that he's ever going to do that to me.
Isarel Adesanya posts new sparring footage. Izzy is currently preparing for his upcoming bout against Nasruddin Imavov, which is scheduled for UFC Saudi Arabia on February 2nd. In new footage posted to his social media, Izzy and Dan Hooker are seen having fun sparring it up at City Kickboxing.
Hey, what's up? I'm Isarel Adesanya, and this is me before sparring. Hey, what's up? It's Isarel Adesanya, and this is me after sparring.
Chael Sonnen thinks that Logan Paul beats Conor McGregor in boxing. McGregor recently revealed that he has agreed to an exhibition boxing match against Logan Paul in India, which will be organized by the influential and wealthy Ambani family. Both fighters are expected to make $250 million each. Speaking on the latest episode of Good Guy Bad Guy, Sonnen shared his thoughts on the fight, firing off jabs at the former UFC double champ.
I know that Logan's got the size, but Logan's not going to relinquish the size. He's going to make Conor come up. They're probably going to do an exhibition at heavyweight where Paul's going to show up around 220. I think Logan Paul whips his ass. That's the other elephant in the closet nobody's wanting to discuss.
He's going to be too big for him. I mean, but Conor did fight Floyd pretty good.
Yeah, but that was three lawsuits. That was 3 lawsuits, 2 convictions, and a whole lot of cocaine ago. I mean, let's not forget that. It's not the same guy. And you got a leg surgery on top. You got all these years and miles. You got a leg surgery and a pile of and a couple of convictions. It's nothing will age a guy faster than drugs and legal work. Okay.
Chael also said that he thinks there is 0% chance that Logan and McGregor are actually able to make the fight happen.
Those two fighting, like what percentage, a number?
0.
You think that 0%?
I believe that it's 0. Somebody's going to splash some cold water. I mean, rich guys don't become rich guys by making really stupid moves. You're going to go into something and you're going to put a $250 million price tag out there. You're never going to cover your spread. So now all of a sudden this name and reputation that you wanted to build, you get it built as a fool. A fool and his wealth will part ways. That will be a fool parting ways with his wealth. I can't think of a faster idea to lose $250 million than to do a boxing match with a pro wrestler and a dude that's never won a boxing match that aren't even remotely close in weight class.
Mike Perry calls for a fight with Darren Till in Dirty Boxing. During a recent episode of the Overdogs podcast, Perry accused Till of being afraid of fighting him bare knuckle, and so instead called him out to a fight in his Dirty Boxing organization wearing 5-ounce gloves.
Dirty Boxing Championship ring is a great place for me to meet such guys like Darren Till, who's too afraid to face me with no gloves on. So we'll wear the 5 ounces and I'll knock those fake teeth right out of his mouth.
Dana White announces a big new career move. The UFC CEO will be joining Zuckerberg and the Meta board of directors, focusing on social media, AI technology, and building up the brand. Zuck's and White's friendship has grown stronger and stronger over the years, with the two even discussing organizing a fight in Rome's Gladiator Arena at one point. White joins the board alongside John Elkin and Charlie Songhurst. He posted this to his IG page. I've never been interested in joining a board of directors until I got the offer to join Meta's board. I'm a huge believer that social media and AI are the future. I'm very excited to join this incredible team and to learn more about this business from the inside. There's nothing I love more than building brands, and I look forward to helping take Meta to the next level. Time for today's top memes. Third place was posted by Floppy Wiener. Second place was posted by Stinky Butter Toes. And the top pick was posted by Robert. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the talk.